there. So I want to help you fill out your monthly goal. This is just a quick reminder of how you could do it if this is your first time or you just need a refresher. So you will print off the Redden Fields My Monthly Plan. Okay, it's located in our files department on our Facebook page. So of course the month, you're going to put the month. So this is June. Okay. And then you're going to want to put your name somewhere because you're going to be posting it typically for an incentive. Okay. Now, this is really important to do by the 5th because it will guide what you do. So if you don't have many hours to work your Redden Fields business, this helps you be strategic with the time you have. So your SV. So of course your SV should always be at least 100. Okay. So 20 of that being, basically 20 of that being your POLTs and 80 of that being your CRPs. So there you go. So 20 POLTs. That should really be a non-negotiable inside of your business. Why? Because it means that you put some money into your business. You can't run a business unless you put money into it. Think about it. If you went and opened a store, would you expect to not have to pay anything? Okay. This is your investment. When you put an investment in, you're more than likely to work your business. Your PSQV. So what I want you to do is there's two different ways you do this. Either if you haven't hit 600, your goal is 600. Okay, that's a bare minimum. That means you get 15% of each sale. Okay, on top, we know from commissions you make the difference between the PC price and the consultant cost too. Comes out to be roughly about 25% of the sale. Okay, but if you don't hit the 600 bucket, then you leave money on the table because you only make 10%. Now, if you don't have this 100 bucket full, you don't make anything. Okay, you leave it all on the table. Okay, so if you've already hit 600, then your goal is always going to be 25% more than your previous month. If we continue to grow 25% every month, you're going to continue to grow in your paychecks, okay? It pushes you to not just go, this is the status quo average, I'll let normal people. It continues to make you work your business, okay? So either your goal is to be 600 or it should be, if you've already hit 600, it should be 25% more than what you had before. Your estimated. Now, your estimated is if you have preferred customers, this would be that they all would order, okay? You can find out what your estimated is by logging into your POLTs. And right on that front screen, it's going to tell you what your PSQV is, but there's a button right below it that says estimated, so it will tell you what your estimated. So you can fill that out. And then don't worry about this bottom piece, okay? The next section is for your downline members. So if you have people inside of your team, you're going to write their name. Okay, so if you are a leader and you have a first generation, okay, you're not going to write anyone beyond that, people who are direct to you. Okay, so you would write their name. So let's say I have Katie, I have Bob, and I have Sally. Those 3 people I have personally recruited and they are directly underneath me. They're SV. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out because I'm going to teach my team that your SV should always be 100. Okay, I've taught them that. They need to have their POLTs. They need to have their CRPs filled. So I know that I can count on that. Okay, I also know that their 100 buckets fill my 600 buckets. So I already have 300 right there. PSQV. So now I want to know what is their estimated, and I want to have a coaching call with them and talk to them about what's your goal. So I want you to put what they actually have that month. What is their actual estimated? So what do they actually have? People placing orders. These are current preferred customers who should order that month. So let's say we've got 200, 695. And this one has 0. Sally's new. She has no one. Okay. So down here, what I want you to do is put their estimated. So estimated, Katie, you can either flip these two either way, but what I'm trying to say is I want you to go back to this up here where Katie's not hit 600, so her goal should be 600, and you can actually take estimated and make it goal if you want. Her goal should be 600. Bob's goal should be 25% more than he had in May because he's already planned to hit 695. If it's less than 695, then what I would do is I would take 695 and I would add 25%. I would always try to push someone, never let them stay the status quo. And 0, Sally, we're going to have to do a lot of work this month, but that's very simple. That's 4 to 5 orders in 30 days. You can do that if you start from day 1. You can't make that happen, guys, if you start on day 30, okay? It's impossible. And then you become desperate, and people don't buy from desperate people. But if you can strategically work on this throughout the month, what I would do is, number 1, Sally and you need to have a coaching call. And I'm sorry, this is backwards. But Sally and you need to have a coaching call. Actually, let me see if I can flip you. No, you'll just have to read backwards. But I'm sure you're really smart at that. Oh, I know what I can do. No, because then you're going to see my computer. I don't want to stop. So you're basically going to want to have a coaching call with Sally and figure out how is she going to hit 600. Do you guys need to have like do you need to have like a private event for her? You know, is she going to invite 4 or 5 people to the wine and wash? Like, how are you going to get her to 600? Plan that. Now, for these extra bubbles, we don't want to leave them empty, okay? It's just not what we do. So we're going to make these potentials. These are people that we have been working on to become consultants, or people that we want. They're our dream list. They're our hit list. They're the people you're going to invite to events. They're basically, so right now I have 5 bubbles left, so I need to fill in 5 potential people, okay? You may have never talked to them, so you're going to need to start talking to them and inviting them to events. Inviting them to watch, learn a little bit on a 3-way call with you, okay? So these are for potential team members. We should all have 8 bubbles filled, okay? Now, preferred customers are down here at the bottom. So this is where you take your PSQV and you write down who is supposed to order this month. So let's say that I have Lauren ordering, and her order is 107. I have Julie ordering, and she's 205. And I have Cindy ordering, and she is 165. Okay, that's not going to take me to 600. So what are these blanks left for? These blanks are left for potential PCs. Who have you been working on to try to get to become a preferred customer? This is where you brainstorm, okay? So you have your actuals, and then the rest you fill the bubbles with potentials, okay? At the top, thoughts, ideas, things to do. These are where you're going to write if there's events. So events for the month, like, so if you have, if you actually have like a networking event that you're going to, or a vendor event you're doing, or if you're going to host a wine and wash, or maybe you're going to do a BBL, a spring BBL, something like that coming, you would put your events up here, okay? Incentives and challenges, what I want you to do is I want you to put 25% growth. That is always your challenge, to do your 25% growth. And then your other challenge is your daily 5. This is the key to your business. 5 reach outs every single day. I want you to try and aim for that this month. 5 reach outs every day, okay? See what happens when you do that, the power behind it. All right, so I hope this was helpful for you today to get your monthly plan. So make sure you get them in and post it by the 5th so you're in that incentive drawing. Bye, guys.